Good morning, reception. Today we are going to be finishing off the stories that we've been writing this week, and our learning objective is to write the end of a story. So can you tell your adult what's happened so far in your story? Remember, this is your character. What has happened so far in your story? Tell your adults now. Okay, have you told your adult what's happened so far in your story? Well done. Let's remind ourselves again. What does the end of the story do? Okay, can you tell your adult what the end of the story does? What should be in the end of your story? Okay, you ready? Let's have a look. Let's see if you were right. So the end of the story is when the characters in your story solve the problem that you wrote about in the middle of your story. So the problem that you wrote about yesterday is going to be solved today. So have a think about what your problem was. Because we were all writing about this character, weren't we? But I said to you, you can use your imaginations and you can give him whatever name you want. He can be whatever you want him to be. He can live wherever you want him to live. I wonder what problem your character had in the middle of your story. Shall we remind ourselves about my character? Okay, so it's I'll read it to you because it's a little bit small because I've had to squeeze them together. So I'll read it to you. Are you ready? So this was the beginning of my story. In a land far, far away, there lived an old wizard. He was called Alfred. Alfred lived in a dark and cold forest. Alfred wore a long purple magic cloak. That was the beginning, and this was the middle. One day, Alfred went for a walk and heard a loud sneeze. Then he saw a baby dragon crying by a big tree. Alfred saw there was a little fire next to him. The baby dragon told Alfred that when he sneezes fire and keeps setting things on fire. He asked Alfred to help him. So the problem in my story was that Alfred had found a baby dragon who keeps sneezing fire and setting fire to things in the forest, and that's not good, is it? So Alfred needed to find a way to help the baby dragon. So today I'm writing the end of my story. So in the end of my story, I should solve the problem of how Alfred helps the dragon, okay? The problem should be solved today. So I've had a go at writing one, which I'm going to read to you, and I want you to see if you think that the end of my story has solved the problem. Are you listening? So this is what a good one looks like. Listening ears, ready? Alfred took his magical wand out of his pocket and tried to remember the spell he knew to help dragons stop sneezing fire. Abracadabra! Oh no, it didn't work. Bibbidi babbidi bomb! It worked, and the dragon sneezed without blowing out hot fire. He said thank you to Alfred and gave him a warm dragon hug. They lived happily ever after. Okay, now, can you have a look at my waggle, what a good one looks like? What was good about it? Let's look at our steps to success for today. Here we go, steps to success. So, full stops. I've got some full stops in there. I've got a full stop here. I've used some exclamation marks instead of full stops to add some expression to make it more interesting. Capital letters. I've definitely got capital letters. Can you see at the start of all my sentences, I have used a capital letter. Finger spaces. I've got finger spaces, haven't I? Can you see in between each of my words, there's a space? Letter formation. Do my letters look okay? I think they look pretty good. Adjectives. Okay. Did you hear any of those adjectives, any of those wow words today? let's have another read. I want you to listen for the adjectives, and when you hear an adjective, I want you to wiggle your nose. Ready? So whenever you hear an adjective, you're going to wiggle your nose. Remember, adjectives are our describing words, our wow words. Alfred took his magical wand out of his pocket and tried to remember the spell he knew to help dragons stop sneezing fire. Abracadabra! Oh no, it didn't work. Bibbidi bobbidi boom! It worked, and the dragon sneezed without blowing out hot fire. He said thank you to Alfred and gave him a warm dragon hug. They lived happily ever after. Did you hear some wow words in there? Did you hear some adjectives? Magical, hot, warm, those are all adjectives. Conjunctions, I've used my conjunctions, I've used and. I would like you to try and use because today. See if you can use because in your writing. And then to check your work. Remember how important it is to keep reading your work to make sure that you haven't made any mistakes and you've got all of your steps to success in there. So remember to check those steps to success today. They're really important because they tell you all the things that you need to have in your writing. So reception today, we are writing the end of our story. Remember that the end of your story needs to solve the problem that you wrote about yesterday. Okay, that's what the end of your story is going to do. So I'll leave mine up on the screen for you. Good luck. I can't wait to read them. Please put them on Tapestry, or you can take a picture of them and email them to me because I would love, 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 love to read them. Well done, reception. Good luck. Can't wait to see your amazing work.